What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the winning Miss Olympia. So nothing has really changed for Samson Dauda after being crowned the best bodybuilder in the world. And his response to this particular question about how he has been dealing with the extra pressure as the defending champion, that just goes to show us how humble he is. Even as the champion, he still knows that he needs to be 100%.
So for me, is I have the title this year. Next year is a whole new year, and anybody could be Mr. Olympia. So I want to get that title. So for me, personally myself, I'm going after it. No, I'm defending what I already have.
Now you have got to understand that Samson did not have the instant gratification, especially in the pro bodybuilding. It took him quite some years just to get to the point where he could win his first pro show. And Samson just got bigger and bigger ever since his win back in Prague 2021. And since that year, his career trajectory, that has been so unreal. So many greats of the sport, so many legends of bodybuilding, they competed at the Olympia for a decade just to be able to win that standout just one time. And still they weren't able to do that. And Samson Dauda won his first one on his third attempt. And he's just getting started. So his humble beginnings, that will always make him value what he has today. And all the success that Samson Dauda has, financially, mentally, that is because of bodybuilding. And the man is gonna do everything in his power to be the last man standing at this upcoming Arnold in March, as well as the Olympia next year. So if Samson is able to win this Arnold, as well as defend the Olympia title, he's gonna be the first man since 2001, because only the greatest of all time, Ronnie Coleman, was the one who won the Arnold, as well as defend his Olympia title in the same year, while he was the reigning Olympia champion.
Ready to win again next year. Man, that's the plan, man. 1 year at a time, 1 year at a time. Go one after the other until I can't go no more. And that's the plan.
We are living in a bodybuilding era where majority of the IFBB pros, they are just so transparent about their cycles and the PEDs. And the fans today, they should consider themselves lucky to have this much valuable information for free. Now I am sure majority of you guys have seen that documentary from back in the 90s where Tom Platz interviewed all these guys like Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Chris Cormier, and the others, whose faces were actually blurred out to conceal their identity when they talked about their cycles. So this is Quentin Beastwood getting as transparent as it gets in response to a question on how often the pros shot up the weak areas like the arms before the competition. And the answer is gonna be kinda shocking for some and not so much for the others. Now I have got to give the credit to Quentin, as his opinion is just so unfiltered about all the subjects in bodybuilding. And once again, he chose to come clean here as well. So how many of you guys have a problem with the SEO? Now I have got to say, as long as the guys are doing that and it's not noticeable, I think that is alright. Because at the end of the day, majority of the pros, in the pro league of course, they might be doing it to get that extra 1 to 2% advantage over their competitors. So the biggest controversy regarding this topic, especially in the recent past, that revolved around the former Miss Olympia, the Persian wolf, Hadi Choopan, because people just talked so much about his delts and how they were kinda sus. And there is even a theory that they did not give Hadi Choopan the Olympia title back in 2021 because of his suspicious delts. Now personally, I do not agree. Hadi looked phenomenal that year, but I have got to say he did not have the size to beat a guy like Big Ramy. We all saw Carlos Thomas Jr.'s off-season physique update yesterday, but what I am about to tell you guys, that is gonna make this comeback a lot more anticipating. So it turns out that same picture that was posted by Patrick Tour, which means Carlos is now working with him for this upcoming season. And this is gonna be such an exciting storyline, because we have so many examples even from this past year, where Patrick Tour brought his athletes in the best conditioning of their lives. And the best one of them, that is the winning 212 Olympia champion, Keon Pearson. And how much he has evolved, how much progress he has been able to make since he started working with him. And if you guys think about it, Carlos Thomas Jr. has more or less the same issue as Keon Pearson had before he started working with Patrick. Now we already know that Carlos Thomas Jr. has all the mass in the world. He has all the muscle in the world. He has amazing aesthetics, very nice flow, but he wasn't even close to being fully shredded at his pro debut last year at Texas Pro. He competed against guys like Andrew Jacked and Hunter Labrada. So if he just sticks with Patrick for this next year, he can look absolutely insane. So Keon went from 14th place to 6th to 1st in just 2 years. And we have also seen the transformation of Stefan and how Patrick brought him in the best conditioning of his career at Prodigal Pro this year. And same was the case with Laszlo Kirali as well. So I believe Carlos has made a great call, a great choice. And I for one just cannot wait to see him at this upcoming Detroit Pro, fighting for the Olympia qualification. And I'm sure he's going to be fighting some very good names at that show. Next up, we have an update from Hunter Labrada. So in all the discussion for this upcoming Arnold 2025 and who is going to sell tickets, other than Samson Dauda and Andrew Jacked, well, put Hunter in there as well. Because after this year's Miss Olympia, he also committed to doing this upcoming Arnold, in case his health allows it. So we can only hope that he is doing well, because Hunter hasn't spoken about this ever since the Olympia weekend this year. Now, considering the fact that the head judge at the Olympia, Steve Weinberger, he said that Hunter was just so damn good when he walked out at the prejudging, that he looked like a top 3 Olympian and he could have beaten Martin Fitzwater. I think he should 100% do this upcoming Arnold, because with no Hadi Choopan, possibly no Derek, and no Martin Fitzwater, he is gonna get a better look, and of course he is gonna get a great comparison against guys like Samson Dauda and Andrew Jacked. And we have to keep in mind, Hunter was beating Andrew after the prejudging. Now, Steve Weinberger also admitted that Hunter kinda faded from the prejudging to the finals, and he was the one who faded the most at the Olympia this year, especially in that top 6. And that is actually why he dropped down to 6th. But him saying all that, that proves to us all that Hunter still has got a lot to offer, if only he can maintain a certain look. So his comparison with Hadi Choopan at the Olympia this year, that just showcased how massive he really is. And I think Hunter Labrada is going to be such a valuable addition for this upcoming Arnold Classic lineup. So before it was Chris Bumstead versus Breon as the biggest faces in classic physique, there was Arash Rahbar and Sadiq Hadzovic. Those two guys were portrayed as the main classic guys when the division was first created back in 2016. Now, I do not remember when was the last time Arash posted a recent physique update. So here is one for you guys. So it's safe to say that he is retired from competitive bodybuilding, as his last show, that was several years back. Now, I'm just being very realistic here. I don't think many of these guys, including the first ever classic physique Olympia champion, Danny Hester, they will do very well in today's classic physique lineups, because that division has evolved so much over the years, and there is just so much talent pouring in with every passing year. And we just saw that this year. Josema Beast, who was able to crack top 6 at the Olympia this year, and Matthias Meligate. And there are so many others outside of the top 10 that it is just so unbelievable. Now just compare Olympia 2024 top 3 to the top 3 from 2016 Classic Olympia, and you are gonna realize that there isn't just any competition. Now, Arash Rahbar had a good run in Classic. His Arnold look against Breon Ansley back in 2018, that was extremely impressive. Now, kinda too bad for Arash. He did not retire on his own terms. There was some sort of an underlying health condition that forced him not to do shows for some years, and that eventually turned into his retirement. But that being said, massive respect for guys like Breon Ansley and Terence Surfin, the only two guys who competed against Arash back in 2016 Miss Olympia. And both these guys are not only competing today, but they are both top 5 Olympian in any kind of lineup. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.